You remember your first day at school, right? The smell of chalk, the nervous smile of your teacher, maybe the color of your friend's bag. Well, what if I told you most of that never happened? Yes, your brain literally makes up fake memories just to make sense of your story. Welcome back. I'm Carl, and today, we're diving even deeper into how your memories betray you. Again. Last time, we touched on how our memory can be a bit of an unreliable narrator, inventing small, seemingly insignificant details. You might remember a blue car from your childhood, when in fact, it was green. A minor glitch. But what if I told you this wasn't just about minor glitches? What if the brain's capacity for invention goes far, far beyond simple details? Recent discoveries in neuroscience and psychology have revealed something truly startling. Our minds don't just tweak the facts, they can write entire fictions and present them to us as lived experiences. It's not just about misremembering the color of a car, it's about remembering taking a drive that never happened. It's entire events, complete with sights, sounds, and even emotions, that can be fabricated from scratch. This isn't a rare malfunction affecting a few, it's a fundamental feature of how human memory works. To understand how, let's look at a classic experiment that peels back the curtain on this cognitive illusion. It's called the Dies-Roediger-McDermott paradigm. Imagine you're a participant. Psychologists show you a carefully curated list of words, all related to a single concept. Words like sleep, pillow, dream, night, tired, and snooze. You're asked to remember as many as you can. A short while later, you're given a new list and asked to identify which words you saw before. On that new list is the word bed. Do you remember seeing it? The results are astonishing. In study after study, up to 70% of participants confidently claim they remember seeing the word bed. Some can even recall its position on the list. But here's the critical fact: the word bed never appeared. It was a phantom, a ghost word. So what's happening here? This is your brain's powerful pattern-matching machine running on overdrive. It saw pillow, dream, and snooze, and immediately activated the central concept that links them all: bed. It's a cognitive shortcut. Your brain is so efficient at connecting the dots that it doesn't just suggest the connection. It creates a memory of the dot itself, fabricating an experience to make the pattern complete. It's connecting dots that don't exist. But the story of memory's creativity doesn't stop with simple word lists. The process of recalling any memory, no matter how simple or profound, is an act of reconstruction, not playback. Groundbreaking new studies using AI to decode fMRI brain scans show that when we recall something, our brain doesn't just pull a file from a hard drive. It literally rebuilds the memory from the ground up, activating the same neural pathways that were involved in the original experience. It's like recreating a scene with CGI. And here's the crucial part: every single time you replay that memory, it's like a new render. The CGI gets tweaked, details can be sharpened, blurred, or even swapped out. The emotional tone might shift. Gaps in the original data are filled in with new information, assumptions, or details from other memories. This is why a story you tell about your past can change subtly over the years. You're not lying, you're just re-editing. So your most cherished memories are not pristine recordings locked in a vault. They are living, breathing stories that you rewrite every time you tell them. They are not photographs, they are paintings, and you are the artist, constantly adding new brushstrokes. Why would evolution design such a liar? Because truth isn't the brain's goal, survival is. If you remember being bitten by a dog, even if it was a different one, your brain learns to avoid danger next time. Accuracy takes energy, usefulness takes priority. That's why witnesses in crimes often disagree, not because they're lying, but because their brains filled in blanks differently. It's terrifying, but also genius. Your hippocampus, the brain's memory hub, works with your prefrontal cortex like a movie editor. Every time you recall something, it saves over the file with new edits. Add emotion, a new thought, a bit of nostalgia. Boom, it's a new version. This is why, years later, your childhood feels magical. Not because it was, but because your brain added filters like an Instagram post over time. So, if our memories are this fragile, this prone to accidental rewriting, it begs a provocative question: could we rewrite them on purpose? Now here's the twist. Scientists aren't just asking this question, they're actively trying to develop the tools to repair, edit, or even completely rewrite our memories. This isn't about fixing glitches anymore. This is about taking direct, conscious control of the stories that define us. The goal is to move from being passive observers of our own mental narratives to becoming their active editors. The foundation for this future is being laid right now. Using functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI, combined with sophisticated AI, we can watch the brain in action. These AI neural decoders can already map which parts of your brain light up when you remember a specific face or a place. They are learning to identify the unique neural signature of a single memory, what we call an engram. Think of it like a neural fingerprint. By identifying these fingerprints, we can pinpoint the physical location of a memory trace within the vast network of your brain's 100 billion neurons. Once you can reliably find a memory, the next step is to change it. The therapeutic potential is staggering. Soon, clinicians might be able to precisely target and edit the emotional sting of trauma, effectively dialing down the fear associated with a painful event, without erasing the memory itself. This could revolutionize treatment for PTSD, phobias, and anxiety disorders. Imagine being able to uncouple a soldier's memory of combat from the debilitating terror it triggers. Beyond therapy, the possibilities multiply. Could we enhance learning by strengthening memory formation? Or even implant experiences you never lived, like skills or knowledge, directly into your mind? Sounds like science fiction, a chapter from a dystopian novel. It's closer than you think. Using a technique called optogenetics, where neurons are genetically modified to respond to light, scientists at MIT have already performed this exact feat in mice. They identified the brain cells associated with a safe environment, then activated those same cells with a laser while delivering a mild foot shock in a completely different cage. The result? The mice became terrified of the original safe cage, a place where nothing bad had ever happened. They successfully implanted a false fear memory. That's not a hypothetical scenario. That's not fake news. That's neuroengineering. And it forces us to confront a profound ethical crossroads. If we can rewrite our past, who do we become? So, where does this leave us? We've journeyed deep into the labyrinth of the mind, from the basic mechanics of how memories are encoded and stored, to the startling realization that they are not perfect recordings. We've seen how the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex work together, not as librarians fetching a dusty book, but as artists, constantly repainting a masterpiece. Every time you recall a memory, you're not just playing it back, you're remaking it. It's a process of reconstruction, influenced by everything that's happened to you since. New information, new emotions, even the simple act of telling the story changes the story itself. We saw this in Elizabeth Loftus's groundbreaking work on the misinformation effect, which revealed the shocking unreliability of eyewitness testimony. It's a sobering thought, with profound implications for our justice system, our journalism, and even the viral stories we share online. Your brain isn't a passive camera. It's an active storyteller, a film director editing your life's footage. It cuts scenes, adds special effects, and sometimes creates entire narratives from scratch to make sense of the world. So next time you swear you remember exactly what happened, pause for a moment. Consider the evidence, because your brain might have just given you the director's cut. But maybe that's not a flaw, maybe it's a feature. Our memories are not just about factual accuracy. They are about creating a coherent personal narrative that guides us. These fictions, these edited realities, help us heal from trauma, strengthen social bonds, and build a stable sense of self. They smooth over the rough edges of the past, allowing us to move forward with optimism. Perhaps our imperfect memories, our beautiful self-authored fictions, are precisely what make our stories so deeply human. They are the art our brains create to help us survive. The story of our mind is an ongoing epic, and we've only just turned a new page. If you found this dive into the architecture of your own reality as fascinating as I did, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because the journey isn't over. We've explored how your brain rewrites the past, but what if I told you it's also constantly writing the future? That's right. Next week, we're going even deeper, into the predictive power of your mind, exploring how your brain predicts the future before you do. You won't want to miss it. See you there.